Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. War number 7, season 41. Today we're taking on DD13. These guys are an up and coming alliance. I think they've spent the past couple seasons in Platinum 1 making a push for Masters. Team today going to go in with Carl, APOC, and Nimrod. Always interesting to face an alliance that I have never played against before because there's like no expectations going in. You know, you don't know how they're going to perform. You don't know what they're good at, who's strong, who's not. First up, we have a Mole Man on node 7. I'm going to go in here with APOC. So I learned something new in this fight, and that is that Mole Man can generate Mole Mass even when he does not shrug off a debuff. So right there you can see he actually gained Mole Mass from the parry stun. Was not expecting that, so my plan was I can safely push him to SP2 so that he wouldn't gain Mole Mass naturally from the SP1. However, 30% chance per debuff for him to gain Mole Mass against a mutant anyways. Even without shrugging out the debuff. So that threw me off a little bit. Took one hit there, but pretty much after that the fight is going to be over. Going to go a medium attack into a special 2 here for the degen. I think I'm running a 150 power back boost here. I didn't want to run a full 200. I didn't really think that was necessary here. And I think we're going to go medium into a special 1 here for the poison. And again, he's still sitting at 1 monster mass, so we can't really risk hitting into his block to clear the flourish buffs from him. We're just going to have to kind of play around them, cycle his special attacks so that we don't give him too much combat power right here. He's sitting at 4 now, which isn't like, you know, the danger zone here. And I think we go one more special 1, finishes this fight. So we took 1 hit there, a little bit of an unexpected wrinkle to that fight, but we get through it nonetheless. Moving on, we have a Nova Mini on node 26. So Nova is tactic this season, so we do have to watch out for the flourish buffs. Going to go in here with Carl in the Black Uru form because we need the shock and bleed immunity. So, and then we're also going to pop an invulnerability boost just because I'm almost guaranteed to mess up at least one special 1 in this fight. So the trick with this fight is that you are going to keep your form paused pretty much the whole fight from the hazard shift and from crumbling armor. But you can't really use special 1s in this fight because if you throw an unblockable attack at Nova, it gives him like 50 charges and ramps him up immediately. So the strategy in this fight, you might have guessed this from the thumbnail already, is we are going to go always to the special 3 for Carl. I think there's only 1 needed in this fight and it does enough. So the special 3 gives us like a super version of the form that we were in. It also gives us an enormous amount of crit, so we can basically finish the fight after that. So special 3 only. We're going to be baiting out either special from Nova here. Special 1, special 2 doesn't matter for me. I'm comfortable with either of them. And then if we happen to push him to the special 3, we have that invulnerability boost on standby just in case here. So he's being pretty cooperative, and I am surprisingly nailing every one of these dexes here. So we get to the special 3, one of my favorite special 3s in the game. I just love it. The art design for him in the crystal form is incredible, and this picking up the ball there and the guy falling off of it like a bug, it's so great. Alright, so we dex the special 2 rather, and then I get parried, which is really unfortunate here. Lose my indestructible. We're going to go back in with a medium, light, medium to refine, and there we go. That ends up finishing him off. So pretty fun fight there. Alright, we are on path 9 in section 2. Here's a hazard shift domino. Going to go in here with Nimrod. Got an APB running just to make this as fast as possible. No need for a power back boost here. So we're going to be parrying a lot while she's in the shock form, or shock mode, whatever you want to call it, the shock part of the node. And then once she switches to the bleed, we're going to bait out a heavy and then counter, build up to the special 2 and fire it off. We can't parry her and go in that way because of one eye open, so we're just going to be standing here in the corner. She fires a full combo into my block. I nail an intercept there, and then the special 2 finishes her off. Love fighting Domino when it's like a 10-second fight, so... Alright, last fight of the war is not a 10-second fight. This is an infamous Iron Man. Node 45, going to go in here with Carl, again with Black Uru to get the shock and bleed immunity. So I dueled a bunch for this, and I thought this was going to be a relatively easy fight because infamous Iron Man doesn't really have anything that counters Carl's abilities, or so I thought. So I start off here, I refine my Uru form with the special 1, I'm like, this is going perfectly, I can keep my form paused with the shocks and the bleeds, and just toss my special 1s, and then this happens here. Unblockable failed, so there is a line in infamous Iron Man's signature ability, which I was not aware of, that reduces the ability accuracy of unblockable attacks by a flat value of 100% while the aura of iron is active, which means when I throw my special ones into him while the aura is active, he's going to end up resisting the final hit, just like he does there. So at this point, I'm confused mid-fight. I didn't realize this was happening, or rather, I didn't realize that this was the case until after the fight. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do here. And then I lose my form, I think, right here because I'm not getting enough shock and bleed procs there, and I'm spending way too much time baiting out his special one. So here we go. So now I need to wait for the aura to go down, and then I need to get back into my Uru form, or I'm going to start dying from the damage over time. I think if I were to play this fight again, I think I would go the special 3 route, basically the same way that I played against Nova, rather than trying to keep myself paused and refined with a special 1, knowing that I could get punished at any time by the resist on the Aura of Iron. I think the special 3 is probably the way to go here, and then you take advantage of the huge crit rate there, the extended pause, and then you just kind of have to bank on the form being paused long enough to get to that special 3 by all the shocks and bleeds that you're getting here too. So the danger with that is that if you lose your form between your special 2 and your special 3, then there is a pretty good chance, depending on how many shocks and bleeds you get, that you're going to end up dying here. So I'm being a little bit more patient with my specials now, kind of waiting out the Aura of Iron and then doing a heavy counter on his heavy in order to get the increased crit rate, because this fight has been going on for almost over 2 minutes rather here, and the regen has procced, so he's got a bunch more health now. There we go. I almost pushed myself accidentally to the special 2, which would have been pretty bad. So I think now I'm over 150, so I think I do a medium, light, medium. There we go. I get the big vulnerability from refining, and there we go. One more hit does him in. Even though he resists the last hit, the damage into his block ends up killing him. We did end up taking the win today. Shout out to DD13 on a good war. 4 kills, 0 deaths for me, and our record has improved to 4-3 on the season. Folks, if you enjoyed this one, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.